Imagine that after this presentation, you're going for a coffee with a friend. You walk to the cafe, you sit down at the table, and your friend asks you, "So, how was the talk?" Now, this sentence could mean many things. It could refer to the talk I'm giving at the moment. It could refer to any other presentation or conversation you've had during the week. What you have to do to answer your friend's question is to think about what they know about the talks that have occurred in your life recently, and what they might believe is the most prominent one at the moment. Now, this seems obvious to us in this example, but this skill of reasoning about the minds of others and thinking about what they believe is actually something that children take several years to acquire, and that we don't share, or that other animals don't acquire to the same extent that humans do. This skill is called mind reading, and it's interesting because language shows the same two things. It's something that children take a long time to acquire and that we don't share with any other species of animals. Also, research from child development has shown that these two skills interact very tightly. So children with autism, for instance, who have an impairment in their mind reading, don't develop their language in a normal way. And children who are deaf, who don't get any language during the first years of their life, don't develop their mind reading in the same way as typically developing children would. So this leads us to the question, if these two skills are so interdependent, how did they evolve in the first place? And how did their evolutionary trajectories interact? That is what my PhD is about. And I think that mind reading and language have one more thing in common, which is that they are culturally transmitted. So for language, this is obvious. It's something you learn from your parents. For mind reading, it's less obvious, but recent research has shown that this is a skill that we don't just learn through observing others, but we learn it through conversation with others. We learn it from others through language. Now, unfortunately, we can't go back in time to look at how the first humans evolved these two skills. But what I do in my PhD is I simulate these evolutionary processes in the computer. What I can show so far from these computational models is that it's quite likely that language and mind reading have co-evolved through cultural transmission. And that what mind reading gives to language is that it allows us to say more with fewer words. And what language gives to mind reading is it allows us to express our feelings and thoughts more explicitly. Thank you.